my dying day, I firmly believe that we did the right thing by going into coalition.
What struck me about Clegg as soon as I saw him, how pasty he looked. He looked like a punch bag, puffy, sort of pale. Looks terribly sickly, and he gave this disastrous apology. You kind of go, what the fuck was he thinking? How stupid can you get? Who advised that? But, you know, why drag it up? At least people are starting to forget about it now. This is madness.
We were metaphorically standing on the edge of an economic precipice.
Oh God! Oh, you can't take coffee in, can you? I feel fancy a coffee. I sat here quite early on, about an hour before, and it turns out I'm sitting just behind Clegg himself. They all sort of come in, so I was able to draw the back of Clegg's neck, which is exciting. Not a particularly good haircut, I must admit. It looks ropey, and his hair looked thin, pale, no condition in it. It looked terrible. It's very interesting, actually, just drawing the different faces. It's a very interesting type. You have to sort of make yourself do it because it's quite difficult, and you need to. It's also quite difficult being, there's sort of people banging you and knocking you about. But you just you get into a kind of what's the word? You get into a groove, as it were.
Believe it or not, I'm a fashion icon on the streets of Pakistan.
He had this most awkward bloody delivery. He was terrible delivery. He was clunking. He started out behind the podium, and then at key moments he would come out in front of the podium. This stupid little beaker mouth, and looking very serious.
Everyone playing by the same rule book, and everyone paying their fair share.
There's an air of complete fantasy about this one. But the Lib Dems, especially they are in a severe delusion. They really are. They believe they're doing wonderfully well, and their policies are great and the right ones, and they've done. They're never going to acknowledge that they've made a historic blunder. They're locked into it. They're not going to. They're in a sort of death spiral. The Tories. This is partly wishful thinking. I hope they're in a death spiral.
That's why we want a mansion tax. It's simple, it's fair, it's unavoidable.
When you see the sort of coterie of Clegg and Danny, who are at the heart of this slashing, the vicious cutting government, and they give themselves these little bromides about having lowered tax for the people at the bottom of the bar. Well, most these people, they've slashed benefits far more than they're actually reducing taxes. And it's peanuts. It's literally peanuts. And this is for the people at the bottom of the pile who are really suffering. And there are a few speakers who are saying that. So you get this disjuncture between what the platform's saying, positive, onward for victory, and what people are feeling. And sitting here just soaking up gives you a flavour of it. It reminds me, strangely, of the first time I ever sort of went to see the Tories on the road, which was in 1990, which was Margaret Thatcher's last conference, and there was the same air of fantasy